2007 Ford Edge radiator fan replacement. I'm Brian Eslick from How To Automotive. I'm going to walk you through that process. Okay, to get started, what I'm going to do is right here on the driver's side, right next to the air box, I'm going to remove this 8mm bolt here and here, and I'm going to remove this air snorkel. To remove this air snorkel, what you got to do is you got to pop the air filter housing off. After you're taking the bracket off here, the bolt, my bolt is stuck in there anyways. Take the air filter off and take the air filter out, and then the box, it's just kind of pressed on with a rubber grommet on the bottom, so you just kind of give it a tug and pull on it and it'll pop up. So the bottom of the air box will come out and it'll look just like that. And these are the little nipples that mount into the rubber grommets that are going to be right there. That's what I was talking about. So you just pry up on it and it'll pop out, and then you can set it aside. Now what you're going to do is take the main wiring harness plug right here on the module. You're going to unplug this one, and then you're going to unplug your mass airflow sensor, and then the little wire loom is attached to the air cleaner box here. You're going to take that out and flip that out of your way. After you do that, right underneath the main wiring harness right here is an 8mm bolt. You're going to remove that 8mm bolt, and then on the opposite side, right underneath the radiator hose, there's another 8mm bolt that you'll take out. Let's see if I can get the camera in there to show you. I'm going to go around underneath the radiator hose, and you can see the bolt right there. So you'll take that bolt out. To unplug the mass air flow sensor, you'll have to pull this little red connector backwards, and then you can push the little tab down to pull it off. And then on the electrical connector, the little tab, the squeeze tab, is on the inside. So you can see it there. You'll squeeze that down and pull it off. Now that you got the fans unbolted here and on the opposite side, you're going to take this wire loom here, and it's going to have a couple of these little mounts that mount into the actual radiator fan itself housing. So you can pop it out here, and there's going to be another one here. Pop those out. The next step is to get the car up in the air, looking towards the radiator now from underneath. There's this hose that comes off the lower lower radiator hose here. It goes around right here, and it's you need to take this 8mm bolt out here, and this little housing that's attached to the fan shroud will come off, and then you can lower the car back down. So after unbolting it, what I did was I pulled it through and pulled it on the opposite side of the subframe to kind of hold it out of the way. So after getting the car back down, what I went ahead and did was finish taking the wiring harness that was mounted onto the core support too, and with these little tabs, pop those out all the way across from passenger side all the way across, and then you're going to take it and flip the wiring harness inwards towards the engine, and then you're going to take the upper radiator hose and kind of pull it out, and maybe even have somebody hold it out of your way, and then you're going to lift the fans up and kind of go to and clear the upper radiator hose right here in the corner. So you're going to come make the whole thing go towards the passenger or the driver's side of the car, and then lift out of the car, lift the whole thing out. So now that I got the fan out, to get it out, I had to, like I said, slide it over to towards the driver's side, and I had to tilt it upwards like this to get it to come out. So after matching up my fan, I wanted to point out these little tabs here on the left and right side of the fan. Those, when you put it back in the car, you have to catch these little tabs on these little ears here on the radiator. So when you put the cooling fan back in, it has to slide into those little slots. So when we do this, we're going to put we're going to drop the side hold on to our left. The nose is going to drop in, and then it's going to rotate underneath the belt, the hose here. And I did have somebody hold this out of my way, and it made it easier, and I didn't have to disconnect the upper radiator hose. But if it's really fighting you, or if you're doing this by yourself and you don't have somebody to help you, the easiest thing would be to just remove the upper radiator hose here from the top, and then you can pull it out of your way. But then you'll have to bleed your cooling system after you're done. Okay, now that it's back in, you can go ahead and start the two bolts on the sides here. Now that it's all bolted back up, I'm going to lift it back up and put the hose that we took off on the bottom back on and bolt that back on. So after bolting the lower hose part back on, you can also look up above and you can see those little ears where the fan mounted in. You can double check that they're in the right position from down here. So now I'm going to plug in my fan module right here, and then I'm going to reattach all the wire loom mounting spots all the way across. Now you can put your air box back in, and you just route it back in there and then push it in on those little rubber grommets and just snap it down. And then after that, you're going to go ahead and remount your bracket that went on the corner here. Put your air filter back in, plug your mass airflow sensor back in, and put the little wire loom that went into the corner of the air box. After you install your air cleaner, if you took the upper radiator hose off, you're now going to fill it up and bleed the cooling system out. If not, this completes the installation of the cooling fans on a 2007 Ford Edge. Then you may want to reset the codes on it. It may have set a code too. And I'm Brian Eslick from How To Automotive, and I'd like to thank you guys for watching my videos. And as always, it's my pleasure sharing my experience with you. And I encourage you to subscribe for more valuable videos like this.